That's why I think it should be an opt-in thing. That way you're getting people's actual consent rather than, oh, you didn't know I did this, so I can get away with it. I've talked about AI art more than once on this channel. If you've watched the videos, you know I'm not the biggest fan of it. And I've always been wondering what are ways that we can actually combat the use of non-ethical AI, the kinds of AI that just takes an artist's piece of work, puts it into their systems or whatever, and then puts out something different by combining a ton of different artists. And I was actually just I was just made aware yesterday of an article by VentureBeat about a new tool that helps artists protect themselves against the use of the non-ethical AI, or the non-ethical generative AI art. Is it Glaze? It is actually called Nightshade. God, I miss my ad blocker. I should get a new one. Go away. Nightshade, VentureBeat put out this article, written by Carl Franzen. Nightshade, the free tool that poisons AI models, is now available for artists to use. So, this is, oh yeah, okay, the Glaze project at the university. Okay, so you're right. But this is kind of important to me personally because I do make a form of art. I make a digital or virtual photography of not safe for work stuff. I do it because it's fun, but I don't want the stuff that I make and put onto Twitter or Rule 34 to be thrown into like some kind of AI like Mid-Journey or what are the other ones? Doll. I don't quite remember. But anyways, the article goes on, or the article starts off with, it's here. Months after it was first announced, Nightshade, a new free software tool allowing artists to poison AI models seeking to train on their works, is now available for artists to download and use on any network they see fit, or on any artworks they see fit. So this is pretty poggers to me, unironically. Oh, that doesn't even... Okay, it's muted at least. Developed by the computer scientists on the Glaze project at the University of Chicago under Professor Ben Zhao, the tool essentially works by turning AI against AI. It makes use of the popular open source machine learning frame network PyTorch to identify what's in a given image, then applies a tag that subtly alters the image at the pixel level so other AI programs see something totally different than what's actually there. Oh, nice. Fair enough. Thanks for popping by. Hope you have a good day. Tweet from Glaze at U Chicago. So it edits the tags or edits the image. It applies a tag, so I'm guessing it edits the metadata that alters the image at pixel level. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I'm not some techie. I know a little bit about technology, but nowhere near as much as these dudes. Today's the day. Tweeted January 18th, 6:30. Today's the day. Nightshade version 1.0 is ready. What? Don't click on it. Performance tuning is done. UI fix is done. You can download Nightshade from there. So I am definitely going to get my hands on that. Please read the what is page and also the user's guide on how to run Nightshade. It's a bit more involved than Glaze. Okay, so Glaze was a previous tool? It's a second such tool from the team. Nearly 1 year ago, the team unveiled Glaze, a separate program designed to alter digital artwork at a user's behest to confuse AI training algorithms into thinking the image has a different style than what is actually presented, such as different colors and brushstrokes than are really there. Oh, interesting. So it's just going to be messing everything up. They're never going to be getting it right with that. You used Glaze before. It'd been nice if they had something you could use through a website instead of downloading it. It crashed your computer pretty bad when you try to run it locally. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm definitely going to be giving this a try, and then, well, hopefully it works out. But whereas the Chicago team designed Glaze to be a defensive tool and still recommends artists use it in addition to Nightshade to prevent an artist's style from being imitated by AI models, Nightshade is designed to be an offensive tool. Yeah, so I don't think it's a solution for lower tech people, but it's definitely better than nothing. Yeah, it's at least some kind of protections. An AI model that ended up training on many images altered or shaded with Nightshade would likely erroneously categorize objects going forward for all the users of that model, even in images that had not been shaded with Nightshade. Okay, yeah, so this will poison the entire model that something gets put into. So, like, let's just say Midjourney takes a image that's been hit by Nightshade, that might ruin them. Hopefully. Only use pieces that you've been given the fucking consent for. The article continues, for example, quoting, for example, human eyes might see a shaded image of a cow in a green field, largely unchanged, but an AI model might see a large leather purse lying in the grass. End quote, the team further explains. Therefore, an AI model trained on images of a cow shaded to look like a purse would start to generate purses instead of cows, even when the user asked for the model to make a picture of a cow. That's fucking funny. They're trying to make cow pictures and they get purses. The requirements on and how Nightshade works. Artists seeking to use Nightshade must have a Mac with Apple chips inside. Bummer. Oh, okay. Or a PC running Windows 10 or 11. The tool can be downloaded for both operating systems here. The Windows file is also capable of running on a PC's GPU, provided it is one from NVIDIA on the list of supported hardware. I should double check that. I'm pretty sure mine is. I got a... Wait, no, is it NVIDIA? I got GeForce GTX. I don't know. Stuff to look into. Some users have also reported long download times due to the overwhelming demand for the tool. Also, as long as 8 hours in some cases. The two versions are 255 megabytes and 2.6 gigs in size for the Mac and PC, respectively. Jesus. 2.6. That's a huge discrepancy between the two. Like a huge, or not discrepancy, a difference. Ooh, there's somebody tweeting out how their download speed is capped at 150 kilobytes. 8 hours. Okay. Users must also agree to the Glaze/Nightshade's team and user license agreement, which stipulates that they use the tool on machines under their control and don't modify the underlying source code, nor reproduce, copy, distribute, resell, or otherwise use the software for any commercial purpose. Yeah, I think I would definitely be fine with using it because I'm not selling the use of the product or this program. I would just be using that to protect the art I already make, separate from it. Nightshade version 1 quote, transforms images into poison samples so that AI models training on them without consent will see their models learn unpredictable behaviors that deviate from expected norms. Example, a prompt that asks for an image of a cow flying in space might instead get an image of a handbag floating in space. End quote. States a blog post from the development team on its website. That is, by using Nightshade version 1 to quote shade an image, the image will be transformed into a new version thanks to the open source AI libraries, ideally subtly enough so that it doesn't look much different to the human eye, but that it appears to contain totally different subjects to any AI models training on it. When you said the waiting room's open, I thought that meant it was going to be going live the next day. Oh no, my bad. I should have made the Discord message. Stream is live. Waiting room open. It's kind of weird they don't let people modify source code, isn't it? If people could modify it, they could improve it. Unless they're trying to keep AI tech bros from reverse engineering it. I think it leans towards that one. But I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it was released as an open source program. It's just here's what we made. But it does make use of open source AI libraries. In addition, the tool is resilient to most of the typical transformations and alterations a user or viewer might make to an image. As the team explains, quote, you can crop it, resample it, compress it, smooth out pixels, or add noise, and the effects of the poison will remain. You can take screenshots or even photos of an image displayed on a monitor, and the shade effects remain. Holy shit, really? That's actually impressive. Taking photos of a monitor of a poisoned image and then putting that into an AI will still poison the model? That's awesome. Again, this is because it's not a watermark or hidden message. Steganography. Nailed it. And it's not and it is not brittle. End quote. Oh my god, this is so fucking based. Applause and condemnation. While some artists have rushed to download Nightshade version 1 and are already making use of it, among them, Kelly McKernan, one of the former lead artists, plaintiffs in the ongoing class action copyright infringement lawsuit against AI art and video generator companies Midjourney, DeviantArt, Runway, and Stability AI. Okay, that lawsuit's going deeper than I thought. I had talked about it a little bit in my last AI art segment when I went over Midjourney stuff. But yay, copyright lawsuits. Some web users have complained about it suggesting it is a tantamount to a cyber attack on AI models and companies. No, I fully disagree with that. It's not an attack, so to speak. It's protecting people from copyright abuse. VentureBeat uses Midjourney and other AI generate. VentureBeat. At least you say you use it, but I'm not reading another VentureBeat article. I can't show that on stream. The the Glaze/Nightshade team, for its part, denies it is seeking destructive ends, writing, quote, Nightshade's goal is not to break models, but to increase the cost of training on unlicensed data, such as licensing images from their creators becomes a viable alternative. Wait, they're mad that it's going to increase the cost of training unlicensed data? Yeah, because, like, license it. It's fucking art. People put effort into it. In other words, the creators are seeking to make it so that AI model developers must pay artists to train on data from them that is uncorrupted. Oh, that's pretty funny. I would unironically call artists that do that gigachads. Like, oh yeah, you can train off of my art, but you have to pay me. And if they ignore the but you have to pay me, they're going to get poisoned art that's just put out publicly. Beware AI illustrators. The only reason the original dataset was allowed to get away with it, with what it did, was because the OG dataset was made by a nonprofit. Wait, what? I am a little bit confused. I think ChatGPT was open source and nonprofit, like via tax and copyright laws. I think largely it had to do with it is a very new technology and our laws don't quite deal with them. Saw a video talking about it a while back. I forget who made it, but I could look for it. I would like to check that out off stream. Because, like, I do like doing React content. I'm a very lazy person, but I'm kind of wanting to move away from just, watching videos I agree with and trying to push commentary into it. Sushi. Okay, moving on. The latest front in the fast moving fight over data scraping. How did we get here? It all comes down to AI image generators have been, or how AI image generators have been trained. By scraping data from across the web, including scraping original artworks posted by artists who had no prior expressed knowledge nor decision-making power about this practice, and say the resulting AI models trained on their works threatens their livelihood by competing with them. Yeah, there are a lot of people that will literally just sell you AI generated art from, like, shit. What was that one that wasn't Midjourney? I've heard of multiple. I forget them all. Doll E? No, it was something else. I'd have to really take time to look in and find that specific example I'm thinking of. I actually haven't heard of that one. Is my phone being shit, or is that an I or an L? I need glasses. AI art basically looks the same anyways. Yeah, true. Look for the knuckle, or count the knuckles, count the fingers. Unironically, is it I or an L? Because I'm watching chat through my phone, which is a fair bit away, so chat's pretty small. Wait, can I make chat bigger? No. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you so much. But yeah, there. It is an I. Okay, so it is Cryon. But yeah, there are plenty of people that will just take these generated images as the final product and sell them to people when it's literally made of art made by actual artists who haven't been even credited for the you can't see the air quotes, inspiration. I miss my hand tracking. As VentureBeat has reported, data scraping involves letting simple programs called bots scour the internet and copy and transform data from public-facing websites, in basically like Twitter, Google, Bing, whatever you use, into other formats that are helpful for the person or entity doing the scraping. It has been common practice on the internet and used frequently prior to the advent of generative AI, and is roughly the same technology used by Google and Bing to crawl and index websites in search results. Hey, called it. I pre-read, didn't I? But it has come under new scrutiny from artists, authors, and creatives who object to their work being used without their express permission to train commercial AI models that may compete with or replace their work product, which we do see more than once. There have been a fair number of companies that have been like, yeah, we don't need an art team. We have Midjourney and Steve. AI model makers defend the practice as not only necessary to train their creations, but as lawful under quote fair use. That's not fair use, you motherfuckers. The legal doctrine of the US states that prior work may be used in new work if it is transformed or used for a new purpose. The purpose of AI art is it looks neat, and we don't have to pay an actual artist to make this. That is the purpose. Yeah, and typically, if you're going to transform something, you actually tell people, or you should tell people where you're getting this stuff from. There is a lot. Hey, Joestar. We're talking about Nightshade, AI art poison. Although AI companies such as OpenAI have introduced opt-out code, I don't like that. It should be opt-in code that objectors can add to their websites to avoid being scraped for AI training. The Glaze/Nightshade team notes that, quote, opt-out lists have been disregarded by model trainers in the past and can be easily ignored with zero consequences. They are unverifiable and unenforceable, and those who violate opt-out lists and do not scrape directives cannot be identified with high confidence. Nightshade, then, was conceived and designed as a tool to, quote, address this power asymmetry, end quote. The team explains their end goal. Quote, used responsibly, Nightshade can help deter model trainers who disregard copyrights, opt-out lists, and do not scrape/robots.txt directives. It does not rely on the kindness of model trainers, but instead associates a small incremental price on each piece of data scraped and trained without authorization. give me an opt-out code that'll delete the scraped art from your data set, and then we'll toggle them out. Yeah, that's why I think it should be an opt-in thing. That way you're getting people's actual consent rather than, oh, you didn't know I did this, so I can get away with it. I've met a fair amount of artists, and I haven't really seen any of them, maybe a couple, that even remotely like AI art. Largely, general consensus of the people that I've talked to have been don't use AI art, but it's not that big of a deal if you're, instead of giving like 100 pieces of reference, you AI arted into like 3 or 4 to get the general idea, and then you have that as reference to give to the artist saying, hey, this is the kind of thing I want, but I want it actually done by a human. So there's ways it can be done, but largely I think it's a practice that should just be avoided. There are also programs online that you can use, like there's Picrew, there's other whatnot that can you can make whatever kind of picture you want of people, albeit it's extremely limited, but it gets the general idea across. So it's just going to crush smaller artists? No, this is actually a thing that will help artists protect themselves from the use of scrapers using their art in AI or in generative AI art. I feel like an AI art company could get a huge amount of good press if they literally just said, yeah, hey, we ask for permission first, want to add to our data set. Yeah, have you heard of SAG-AFTRA? Because they tried that, and they got a ton of backlash online because they were just willing to use AI art for, or not AI art specifically, they had put out a statement about letting replica studios use their talents' voices for their stuff, and like a ton of the voice actors were like, what the hell, we didn't agree to this. And then the day after, SAG-AFTRA put out a statement of like, hey, we want to promote the No AI Frauds Act, and it's like real not a good look for them. Because like, yes, I agree with the No AI Frauds Act, but you literally just the day before, oopsie, literally just the day before talked about that. Oh, you did? I'm gonna be honest, I do miss a fair number of comments, but I do, when I get like lesser comments on videos, I do tend to read them, and I like it when people put long thoughts into their comments. I like knowing that my viewers think. I just read that. Okay, we're basically done this article. Basically, make widespread data scraping more costly to AI model makers and make them think twice about what they're doing, and thereby having them consider pursuing licensing agreements with human artists as a more viable alternative. Of course, Nightshade is not able to reverse the flow of time. Any artwork scraped prior to being shaded by the tool were still used to train AI models, and shading them now may impact the model's efficacy going forward, but only if those images are re-scraped and used again to train an updated version of an AI image generator model. There is also nothing on a technical level stopping someone from using Nightshade to shade AI-generated artwork or artwork they did not create, opening the door to potential abuses. The way I could see abuses being done with Nightshade would be somebody saying, hey, they like being hey, you want to use my AI or my art for your algorithm, pay me and I'll give you the non-poisoned versions. And then they pay you and then you give them a poisoned version. That's really the only way I can think of abusing this sort of system. Personally, I think generative AI should just fuck off. We have better uses for AI research, but like, the stream stuck buffering for anyone else? Oh man, what? On my my end, it seems to be all right. At the very least, the videos will be good, I hope. But yeah, in the end, I think Nightshade's a pretty goddamn good tool to help artists protect their art. Thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, dislike if you didn't. Let me know in the comments why you think I'm wrong. Check out the community on Discord. And remember, if you can't be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can always be the hoe. Just want to take a quick second and thank my beeps who have joined the channel. So thank you to Joestar and Maxi Kitty.